Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Atwood Bar Podcast. My name is Benjamin Afizovich, and I'm joined today by Irvin Carrillo.
Hello.
Islam Duane.
Oh, hell, Jake Paul.
Salvador the Bean Flores.
I'm pissed.
He's really upset,
He's
everybody.
always upset.
And Christopher the Knight Giannetti.
Sal's mad.
The Dark
Sal is
Knight?
mad.
It's Chris Big Dick Giannetti.
We changed that, remember?
Oh.
I don't remember.
We fired that guy.
Oh, we fired that guy.
We should fire you.
We hired him.
That fight fucking sucked. And I know we usually don't do a two-part thing. We never talk about the same things more than once.
No,
Oh, man,
We
we have
never
so
we
much to
never
talk
bring
about.
up QAnon twice.
That was the worst fight I
Never
ever
bring up
didn't pay
politics.
for.
But
that
that
was
fight
bad.
was terrible. That fight was so fucking bad. It was like watching like
No.
the worst concert ever, followed by like a bunch of nobodies.
But it was horrible from the very
beginning.
start.
Oh no, it was consistent.
The
Which-
slap boxing,
Consistently bad.
the slap boxing was horrible.
The nobody's
okay, whoa, whoa,
boxing.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Wait, let's do it one by one, all right? Slap boxing.
Okay.
That was
First
Let's-
off, let's start from the beginning.
What
None
was
of
the
you
very-
fucks paid for it. I never seen no Venmo, no Cash App.
You said
Hold
you
on.
got it.
I got it, Irvin.
Hold
I
on.
expected $5 from you.
Irvin was just there for the
You
pizza
expected
because
$5
he's a
out
cheap
of me?
fuck.
How much was it? $5.50. I expected $10 from each one of you motherfuckers.
I spent $60 on pizza.
That's on you, dude. You wanted to buy. I didn't want to buy it. Everybody said together, let's buy the fight. And I was like, all right, let's buy the fight. That's a we situation.
fair, I was gonna
more
go
like
home.
a let's ask Sal to buy the
Listen,
fight.
I'm
To be
just-
fair, I wanted to go home before the
No,
fight.
I'm
'cause I
fucking
had
with you.
a
I'm
feeling-
fucking with Okay, relax, guys.
had
I'm
a
fucking with you.
feeling.
I'm
Everybody,
fucking-
everybody
I'm
sent
fucking-
Sal like
Everyone
an
sent Sal
absurd
some
amount.
money.
Everyone sent just an absurd amount
Irvin
of money.
can't because he's a cheap
I'm
fuck.
not sending Sal anything.
What's absurd? Like
fuck.
$275?
I saw the fight. I'm not paying
only,
for that
I,
fight.
I only wanted Irvin to send me money.
Dude, it's
I was
not
expecting
happening.
$10.
That fight, I want to refund it, and it was free for me.
Guess what? I sent a fucking.
You can just get out of
You
the
should have seen
house.
the email that I sent over to Triller, and guess what? They sent back
What Triller say?
LOL.
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 They
Well,
said,
got
who,
your money.
They said, who was you?
Try again.
For the record, the slap boxing was the most entertaining part of that entire night.
But they weren't
That was
even
the
the good
best
ones,
knockout.
though.
They weren't even that good.
But that was
it
the
was
best.
still
ones
the
from
most.
Russia.
No, I
They were
see.
the good
I
ones.
seen everybody. Everybody's reaction pretty much told me when Justin Bieber played Peaches was probably number one because
didn't even play
100%.
Peaches.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
play
I couldn't
Peaches.
even
did.
hear it.
He
'cause
did it
the
at the end,
fucking
but he
volume
did
was
like.
so low.
No, it's because you were fucking eating
Oh,
pizzas
let's
from
talk
loud
about
as
that
fuck.
fucking
Oh,
audio, dude. That was possibly the worst recording of a fight
100%.
ever.
And
It sucked.
any-
They have bad camera angles. Like they don't have that just like.
Remember the
overview
slap
of it.
boxing camera angle where you couldn't see the other side of the guy
It was,
getting
like,
slapped?
censored
You could only see
slap.
one guy getting slapped. The other one, like, you wouldn't see him because the slap was like coming on
Because
his
right
side of
when
the
he's about to
face.
slap him, it changes
The
angles.
camera was on that side.
I like the energy from both guys. I mean, the German
Hell
dude that didn't
no.
know. Huh?
The white guy, was he German?
I don't know.
That was
German.
trash.
Russian. I mean, they don't really
He was
talk. They don't
trash.
really
They don't
talk
really
though in
say
the
anything.
regular
No,
one.
the other guy, I think he was Samoan. He talked.
Yeah,
He was like, "Woo!" He's like, "Stop flinching!
He was
Stop
hype.
flinching!" Yeah.
Was I going crazy or was Ric Flair there?
He was
Yeah,
there.
you know,
Ric
That
Ric
was Ric
Flair.
Flair.
Were you high?
He-
Because we were all in the same room.
Did you not see his purple
just-
face?
Yeah, remember he looked like he was gonna like pass out.
No, legitimately.
He's like,
Yo, he was like, he was
No, every 5 seconds. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Dude, his face looked
Like,
like he
yo.
ran into fucking Chris Benoit. The
Or
fucking
s-
asphyxiation.
Whoa.
It's called the
No,
Red
I'm just
Cross
kidding.
face.
He's already dead because he killed himself and his family. So there's no way he could have done it to.
No, he was in a Riley Reid asphyxiation scene.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, what?
We
guys are
can
the
now
fucking
tag
worst.
Riley Reid inside of the YouTube video.
Oh, there we go.
Hashtag.
Wrestling with Riley
Riley
Reid.
Reid.
All right.
You guys are
Fighting
fucking
Riley
pathetic,
Reid in the
bro.
ring.
Bro,
It's
we
pathetic.
live to be pathetic.
Let's
I don't
give
know
it.
what you don't
Let's give it
understand.
5 seconds of like Riley Reid so we can actually tag it. Riley Reid. Okay, go. back into action.
Back
What else
into
was-
action. Now I want to know who is Triller. What is Triller?
Is Triller
Yeah.
Is Jake Paul like? Is Jake Paul
Does
in any
Jake
way
Paul own
associated
Triller?
with?
No,
no.
but-
Seriously, that's what I thought.
He's
No,
been in like
but
every fight. hasn't
His business partners, I've heard, are also a part of Triller.
His business partners.
Yeah.
Okay, well, but are we talking about like? Do they own like? That was a very poorly run
100%.
like show. That was just
Yeah.
poorly run.
That shit was a half an hour of fighting, like in total between everything
Half
and the
a-
slap boxing, and like
I-
2 hours of fucking.
Can we talk about not even the Jake Paul match, the match before that where the guy just collapsed on the floor?
Oh, he barely
and
got
thought
hit.
he got low
He
blowed.
barely got
Oh
hit.
my God.
That was a culmination of the entire event.
What was his name?
Him trying to fake that he
cares?
got.
I mean,
he
yeah,
got
who cares?
boxed in
But
the
like,
nuts.
I want to see like
that
what
man
his
was
like.
losing.
I
that
have
fight.
no clue what his
Nobody
name was.
any good was involved in this fight.
Something Cunningham. That was the first fight. The big ones,
Oh,
right?
Red Cock.
Yeah.
Oh,
Red Cock.
Oh,
Red Cash. No, what was it? It was
Red
Red
Cash.
Cock.
Yeah.
It was Red Cock.
That's the
to
only
us.
why I remember.
Nobody that was any good or has any like serious career in the fucking sport was
What?
involved
Hey.
in this process.
Whoa.
I started following them on MySpace.
The other guy was 26-1. Hold on.
Where?
Well, there was three.
Oh, yeah,
there
the
was
brown-
three
the light
fights
brown
before
kid, right?
the main event.
Yeah, do with the braids, bro.
Yeah, he
That
did.
shit
So
was
what? We
fucking
never heard of
knocked.
him.
He just showed up to
Yeah, I mean,
preschool.
I did him.
21 to 1.
I know, like, how many Triller
I'll
fights
show
has he
you
been
guys.
part of?
None.
I don't know. I mean,
Triller-
I'm telling you,
Does this
is
count
like,
towards it? Because,
can you
like,
check
Can you
Triller,
check-
like
can-
how old Triller is?
yeah, or like when it started?
Not
how
Michael Jackson's Triller. Like the
that's
paper.
Thriller.
It's
That's Thriller. You fucking jackass.
Is not spelled the same?
Which none of those fights
T-R-I-L-E-R.
were. Nothing about that show was a thriller in any way, shape,
They're
or
not
form.
spelled the same.
That show was consistently bad. All of the concerts
There we
sucked.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Triller. Okay.
Can you? I don't know.
2015.
2015. So it's new.
It's no.
Can you check like who the like?
Just go on his
owners are?
Wikipedia page, dog.
No, Wikipedia.
Wikipedia is the most like
It's
it's.
the most trustworthy news source.
That's a
true,
fact.
That's true.
Hey,
Yeah, you
Michael
should see-
Jackson.
I'd rather watch that
I would.
for an hour and a half.
I would rather watch. I'd rather sing "Life Is a Highway."
I'd rather
is
watch
a
paint dry.
highway.
That was horrible. Like that fight was horrible.
They
Depends
wasted
on
Justin Bieber.
Pain.
Do you think it's?
They wasted everything. They had Doja Cat.
They had Doja
they
Cat wasted.
Snoop Dogg.
Do you think
and
it was
Baby
rigged?
E40, huh?
Do you think it
Wait,
was rigged?
we're not even there yet.
Fuck,
Hold on.
who
We're still
cares?
warming
We're
up.
still-
No.
I'm not even done making fun of everything else yet.
Yeah,
Let
we
alone
still
talk
haven't
about
made
the
fun of
fact that it was
Oscar
so
De La Hoya
obviously.
yet.
Oh,
I mean,
Oscar
the
De La Hoya.
greatest.
the
Wait,
fucking
hold on.
great, the
He
very
is the
best.
greatest.
very
Talk-
best.
The
The very
very
best.
I'm talking
The
about
very
the whole
best.
event, like from the slap boxing till continued. Is it? Do you
No,
think
Oscar
each
was
And we're
it.
talking about
Oscar
Oscar De La
was-
Hoya,
Oscar
bro.
was
Oscar De La
purely-
Hoya was.
He only fights the best.
He's only
He's
the
right
best.
there. Oscar De La Hoya explains
the
Triller.
worst fucking announcer I've ever seen in my life.
Listen.
Wait, something happened that night?
Oscar De La Hoya explains Triller commentary nightmare, which left fans worried.
Well, yeah, because they thought.
Yeah,
he was
was
losing his
legitimately
mind.
having.
I knew it because he kept saying USSR and
Yeah.
like. He was like, dude, that's not. It doesn't say USSR.
Bro, we're in
It's
the
not
80s.
Soviet.
Like, what is this? 80s, 90s, bro? Like I think
Because
it's
on the back
80s.
it said USS with something
US,
else.
USS like PA or something.
Yeah, but he was like USSR.
No, but this dude was
Oh, okay,
literally.
I'm trained
What's
for
it
his
called?
comeback.
What's it
No,
called when you get
he-
hit? You get hit in the head and you got a concussion. He was
Concussion.
legitimately in a concussion during that entire commentary of what the fuck he was saying.
He said he was drunk.
He was drunk.
Oh, 100%.
Which I don't fucking blame him. I mean, the whole
I
thing
got
is
a
a
little
joke
into
anyway.
it.
Yeah, no, okay, all right.
Whole
I
thing
see
is a
where you're
fucking
going
joke anyway. He came here to like watch like a bunch of
He's
like,
back in beast mode.
nobody's box and
He looked at the celebrity list and he was like, fucking takes a
Who
swig.
was the guy with Saved by the Bell that was with him?
Saved by the Bell.
oh fucking Mario.
Oh, Mario Lopez.
Mario Lopez.
Mario
That
Lopez,
motherfucker was
yeah.
in
A
everything, man.
drunk Oscar De La Hoya and Snoop Dogg like commentating on a
The
boxing
perfect
fight.
combination.
It's just it was on. Everybody was like saying
Can
like
you look
Snoop
up,
Dogg was a
Triller
great
owners?
commentator. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. The dude was just having a good time. I'm like, yeah, sure, he was entertaining, but this wasn't.
It was funny.
It was funny for a little bit. It was like, oh, dad jokes,
But
black
no one-
dad jokes.
but no
I'm
one
like,
was
dude,
like,
I don't need this.
Where's Joe Rogan? They can't afford Joe Rogan.
No, they cannot
No,
afford
they already
Joe
have
Rogan.
the very best.
They already have the.
They already have the very
that good
best.
for you?
Only the very best.
Only
the
the
very
very
best microphone. The very best fighters.
These people, who are they? I don't know who the fuck they are.
Me to Triller
David
found it.
Lieberman?
You don't know.
Oh shit, David Lieberman?
He's that guy that we hear once in a while.
Who?
David
he-
Lieberman?
Oh my god.
I don't know who he is. Who is he?
Whoa, slow down before he hears this.
Do you not know?
I don't know. I don't know what
David
it is.
Lieberman is my hero.
Can
Yeah.
you?
He went to
who is-
Yale.
Who is the CEO?
That's good enough.
I don't fucking know who David Lieberman is.
Qualifies.
I've heard his name
Mike Lou.
like once or twice.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you, man. I sent them an angry ass email, and I was like,
What did
God
you- what
damn
did
it, Lieberman!
What did you say? You should have said, I expect the very best, and this is not the very
Do
best.
you motherfuckers not hear what De La Hoya said?
Oscar's the worst.
I only.
Oscar said.
Oscar was the worst.
Yeah, no, he was.
He was the best, actually.
How about the
was
how about
the
the fucking people presenting the belts?
Ah, the Dixie.
Yo,
Twins.
can
Yo,
we just like
your
take a
tweet-
fucking second?
your
to,
How
like,
do we put that belt on?
Your tweet was on that you put on the Atwood bar was perfect, bro. It was the most cringiest thing.
and then
I've
someone
ever
else
seen in my-
copied that tweet and they got put in an article. I'm kind of mad.
Are you
They-
serious?
Someone put the exact same tweet. That
Like word for word.
the Dixie
Word
Dixie
for
Twins were a cringe
The Dixie
moment
Twins.
to watch.
The
Word for
D'Amelio
word?
twins.
I said it
What
first.
the D'Amelio?
D'Amelio.
What'd I
That's the
say?
last name.
D'Amelio.
They're not
Dick-
twins either. I found out that they're not twins.
They're
They're
not twins.
They're not
They're
twins.
one is
one's
older.
than
One
the
is
other,
older. Yeah.
Dixie's
Yeah.
older, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah?
that's her name.
Hey,
Dixie.
Irvin, can you go for a walk?
Yeah. Well,
You're
that was
embarrassing us. You're
horrible.
the TikTok guy. You're embarrassing us.
First off, this is a boxing match, and second, like it barely wanted that, and then you got
It wasn't even that.
fucking
TikTok
Charlie
star.
D'Amelio and her fucking sister coming in to present the ring, the fucking belt to.
And they thought the other guy
they
won.
didn't even know how to do it. They were
They
like,
thought the other guy won first.
they thought they got the wrong guy. They didn't know what to do when they got in the ring, so they just like kind of held it up to the nobody. The stands.
But do you know why boxing is doing that?
To get the younger viewers in.
Because
Boxing,
it's dying. Because
Triller.
boxing's dying.
Well, that's the rumor.
everyone's old.
No, that's not a rumor. Boxing's been dying.
Well, it's not that.
Unfortunately, and I like
Not
I like
dying, I mean,
boxing.
that-
All right, I need you to
those-
back this up. I want to see fucking facts, bro. Put up boxing
no, this is Chris's
viewership.
opinion.
So
That's great, but I want to see boxing viewership.
yeah, I
All right,
saw
dude. Tyson
numbers.
Fury's gonna bring that shit back on his own. That man is the most entertaining person in the ring.
Yeah, but
He
if
won,
there's no
and
Charlie,
and
I'm
he
not
started
watching it.
singing in the fucking ring, and he did all kinds of shit.
Who?
Fucking Tyson Fury. Remember after he won
Oh.
the fucking fight, he had like a sing along with the whole fucking
Yeah,
crowd.
but that dude is down
So-
and out, man. I mean, I'm not down, but
he's still
out.
he's the
So-
champ.
so
He-
Okay, let's
he
go, let's
still
go.
holds the belt.
It's
He
right
hasn't
there.
retired yet.
It says right here, 332,000 viewers.
It's down
Says-
51%.
Holy
Yeah.
fuck!
So I think Triller came in and was like, "Who's at the top of the game in social media right now? That can just like."
That can give it like
But
this
it was
isn't- this
it
is
was
not
popularity.
Boxing. This
It-
is not boxing.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be.
it was a collage of A, B, C, and D listers that
it
just
doesn't-
didn't make any
Doesn't
type of
matter,
sense.
though. But marketing perspective, it
Sal,
worked.
yes,
Yes,
Sal.
because
Guess
it made
what?
it made
Guess
it-
what was filled on
Yeah,
social
it was-
media
it was
the
smart.
night of?
From that
ask
perspective.
me if I'm gonna watch another Triller
Yeah,
event.
but it
no,
doesn't matter if you
no.
are.
Yes, we will.
I
won't.
fucking event was like the Fire Festival of boxing.
no.
They promised everything, and you got there, and there was just a bunch of nothing.
bunch
of
of
chicken
sandwiches.
No,
Just a
hold
bunch
on,
of total
hold on
crap.
a second. No,
Total
no, no,
crap.
no,
Chicken
no, no,
sandwiches
no,
and
no.
ketchup packets.
No,
Here you go,
Fire
motherfuckers.
Festival promised a bunch of things and didn't even show up.
Yeah, didn't
At least
No.
these people showed up.
They showed up with like a bag of shit.
Okay,
and we're like,
one of
oh,
the-
yeah.
Thank you for the money.
One of the fucking fights finished in the first 20 seconds. The second fight,
Which boxing
the
happens.
second fucking fight, someone faked that like they got injured, and we didn't even get to see the whole thing. We spent more time watching them rolling around on the floor pretending than
That guy was in agony.
we
Oh
didn't
my
even catch the
God.
first fight.
Yeah, we did. It was slapboxing. That's
Yeah.
what it
No,
was.
no, the
So
first-
the
I
only
think there
like
was a fight that
real
we didn't
fucking
see.
fight we
No, we
watched
did.
was the slapboxing.
The slapboxing was a fight. Was the fight.
I thought there was a fight before.
No,
yeah,
there
yeah,
There
there
was
was
a fight.
three.
We didn't catch that.
No, we did. It was a slapboxing.
That was
Okay,
the
before
first
the
fight.
No,
slap-
before the before the
There was a
slap.
fight
That's what
before
you
the
paid for.
slap.
No, there wasn't.
It was
So
just,
there was
it
only 2 fights the whole night.
Yes.
I won $10, bro. The fact that you
One
haven't
lasted
said-
20 seconds,
happening.
and the other one lasted 4 rounds, and didn't even and was a technical knockout because one guy faked getting hurt, and the other half
Well,
was
they,
rigged.
they even messed up because they repeated the 5th round twice on the scoreboard.
I
They
know.
can't even
Yeah.
keep track.
No, you're right.
You
they
want to
did.
watch this crap?
They didn't
Here you
even
go.
get to like a high number. They got to 5.
Twice.
I
Twice.
They
think-
could have just.
I think we made the night better when we were just telling jokes.
Oh, 100%.
It's
Like,
fucking nightmare.
They were fighting. We were like, and coming up next.
Yeah, who else?
Tony Hawk.
Who else is gonna come out and bring out a fucking belt for the next fucking fight? Tony Hawk, fucking the kids from Stranger Things, fucking DJ Tanner from Full House, Bob Saget. I mean, like it could fucking be anybody at
That was
that
the
point.
best.
It was a
They
combination.
were just bringing
of-
out like random fucking people. They're just
Coming
what
up
do we
next.
do with it? They're
Bill
like, we're gonna put the
Cosby.
belt on him. It's like
Dude,
backwards.
they were just throwing faces and names at you all day. Like even in the middle of the fucking rounds, they had a bitch like walking around the rounds, like showing the first round, second round. Like,
She was a celebrity too.
She was.
oh, she was.
I wasn't
was a
even-
Yeah,
I don't
she,
know.
did- she
Yeah,
did
I
like the
didn't know that.
intermissions and shit too. Yeah.
See,
that third girl
see,
is a
they just
TikToker.
they just threw people at you where you didn't even know what you were watching.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know. I didn't know what I was watching.
But
it
like
was a
what-
boxing
At some
match
point,
with
I was
a
like,
concert
is it over?
Yeah.
with
Yeah. It was always
Is
like,
it
is
over?
it
Like-
over?
like and there's like a little kid doing this. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh,
they
is
had
he
the
there?
homeless guy with the sign.
Oh,
had a
that guy
homeless
was
guy-
the favorite.
Oh, he was good.
He was good.
He killed it.
This entire show was trash, man.
I think.
Dude, they
I-
had fucking what's his name from SNL? Pete Davidson.
Oh,
just
Pete
oh,
Davidson.
yeah.
walking around being cringy as like the host.
I'm
and
like,
you're
but-
just like,
bro,
come on.
I
I don't
feel-
even like. I like Pete Davidson, but I was watching this. And
No,
this is
no,
fucking
He,
trash.
he didn't do a good
This
job.
dude is like one screw loose from killing himself. I'm telling you,
I feel
one
like-
screw loose from killing
Let's
himself.
get into that. Chris Benoit style or
No,
Owen Hart style.
Hold on.
No,
I
just
feel
Maybe
like
Riley Reid.
Riley Reid style.
Riley Reid coming back at you.
Shut up, dude.
Dude, what if Riley Reid appeared on Triller? At the,
That would have
We would
probably
make-
been more entertaining
Yeah.
than anything that they had on television.
She
That would have
shoulda
been
gave
just
the
another
belt.
fucking name and another. I'd be like, whatever, man. Like keep.
I
keep
feel
it
like what
moving.
killed it for me, the biggest thing was the audio. Like I wanted to hear the music. I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, Justin Bieber's playing Peaches.
And then
And
this
you're
is what
just
you
like,
get.
And you can't hear him.
He plays a mean piano.
Yeah, he does. He has real raw. No, not even just.
And you're just
No,
like,
he
yo,
has
fucking
good-
speak
he
up,
has raw- he has
Justin.
good
Dude, I've,
talent.
I've been to a Bieber concert. It is not like that.
How about when the audio just cut off for the national anthem?
Oh my god, we missed the whole fucking national anthem.
Oh,
was
yeah,
like,
we
Yo, that
did.
chick was just up there.
See,
We were like, she's really killing it.
The second it cut back in, yeah, woohoo, yeah,
I was like,
fantastic. It's over.
We were like, they should have put Fergie instead.
Oh man, honestly, if they had Fergie, if Fergie was singing the next national anthem in the next trailer fight, I'd pay for it. I would pay just to see her go for round 2 to fuck up the national anthem.
Was there a
Okay.
list of celebrities
probably somewhere out
somewhere?
Dude, they had
and
like
we didn't read it.
Chuck the Iceman Liddell. Like,
Yeah, but
yeah,
there was
check with
more
the
people
stands.
there that we didn't see. Like I think Jake had his brother there, and
Bro,
then
Addison
David,
Rae
yo,
was there
yo,
too.
yo, yo.
Yeah.
David Dobrik was in the stand. No,
No.
I'm just fucking with you. No.
Dude, that man is in hiding. He's not there. Dude.
he's on hiding. He made some TikToks.
Okay.
Oh, good for him.
And
At
guess
home.
Guess who else made an apology?
James Charles.
No, that fuck
That
the
Dirty
fuck.
Dom.
yeah.
You know what he said?
Which one's Dirty Dom again?
The one who actually did the raping.
It wasn't
Yeah.
me. It was my dick.
He said.
Yeah, no, that
He
that
said-
would have been better.
He said he's like, oh, I apologize, but it wasn't me. I didn't do it. It was all consent.
Oh, he did the Shaggy move?
Yo,
Oh, he did Shaggy.
and he didn't
They
even.
caught you in 4K.
But you
It
know-
This is the
me.
clearest shit I've ever seen in my life.
It
but
wasn't
they
me.
didn't.
How they get you in 4K?
It wasn't me.
But they
wasn't
didn't
me.
fucking. He didn't like say the video. It
Oh.
was just a black screen with writing that says I'm sorry.
Where is this?
And then he just went back to fucking making TikToks.
Where did you see this? On his TikTok?
No, I saw it on a YouTube video.
Ah.
I was like scrolling through YouTube. and it
I
was like,
saw it on fucking one of those like just IG posts where like, oh, look what this fuck said.
Oh, you saw it too?
It was just like a post. He just put up a post.
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah, but that's all he did.
With a black screen?
Yeah, black screen with white writing.
Damn, he did a BLM on it too?
Yo, listen, man. For
Motherfucker.
real, this is just gonna go away.
Yo,
And there's
Jay
gonna be-
Charles was kicked off a YouTube partnership.
Fuck. Damn it, I love his videos, man.
He was kicked off. So now he can no longer get paid via YouTube, and his sponsors are dropping him.
Yeah, it's not gonna matter. He's still gonna rape little kids, but whatever.
It's about, he has more free time now too.
That's not funny.
Now he's
that is-
enabled even more, and he's like,
That
fuck.
is. Listen. Don't. That's not funny.
Irving,
That's
get
not-
out.
Dude, you had the biggest laugh right there.
I
I'm
know.
joking.
I
Your
laughed
buttholes.
at first, and then I was like, "Fuck, that's not funny."
Obviously, it's not
hilarious.
funny.
It's
It's a
not
joke.
funny.
Sensitive.
Irvin, we can no longer work with you.
Maybe we should become makeup YouTubers to fill the gap.
And then
Riley Reed.
Riley Reed.
and then Riley Reed. And
When are we
then-
gonna get her as a guest?
Today.
I'll
just-
send her. I'll
let's
send her a DM on Twitter.
Exactly.
Hey, can
let's just tag her. Like,
can
just
you-
tag the fuck out of her?
Can you
bro.
edit her face
Oh, I'd
just
tag the
like
fuck
walking
out of
in?
Hmm?
Just edit her face walking in.
This
Yeah,
man
bro.
wants.
I don't have that type
This
of.
man wants miracles.
I don't have that type of technique. He asked me
Sal,
to zoom
could
into
you-
his face, and I zoomed.
If someone
into
could do
his
that, we
fucking
would like to
hilarious.
hear from you.
Hey Chris, can you edit the video? This
Oh, I got you.
Can we create
Sal's
a
not
Can we
cutting it.
create a deep fake video where we just have deep fake people
Let's
as
put
guest
Chris's
stars on our
face
show?
on Riley Reed's face.
Better?
You've seen
Better.
that where
So
he
that
put-
would just be Chris.
where like Tom Cruise's face is on another person?
That's a stupid idea. Get the fuck out.
Look,
No,
This
Irving.
is
let's
why-
put
No,
get
Riley
out.
Reed on
Get
your
out.
face.
Or why don't
Yes,
we just?
you said it the
Riley
other way
Reed's.
around.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you said it the other way
I-
You
around.
said
oh,
Chris's
did I?
face on Riley. I
I was-
almost.
I was-
Riley,
I-
Riley Reed's on Chris's
I almost
body.
cleared my history.
You just
And
need
if
the-
anything, we'll switch Ben and
you
Chris
just
over.
need the
just have her as
filter.
Riley
You
Reed.
just need the filter.
Because they did Tom Cruise on like some dude's face and looked just like Tom Cruise.
Yo, you
But
know.
I think that I'm Tom Cruise.
Why?
But bitch, I'm Bobby with that tool. Bobby Shmurda's back out of jail.
That's
Okay,
a bad.
Ben.
He's
we all
next
love
on our
Bobby
show.
Shmurda, but you can.
Leave too, dude.
He's coming back, and he's bringing that tool.
Bringing that heat.
That tool.
Bobby Karate's on his way here.
That
Bobby
tool.
Karate.
Yo,
Is that his real name? Is
Yo,
that,
that-
like one of his little?
I don't
that
fucking
meme
know.
where he's doing the dance and then takes off the hat, and the meme of it flying around the world and coming back, and he's holding it in like another clip. Because
All right, we should all just leave. I
Have you
feel
ever
like
seen
none of
it?
us have been
No.
boy.
so he got out of
We're all
jail.
just missing.
He got out of jail and he's wearing the same hat, and they're like,
Is
"Oh,
he really?
Bobby, you're wearing that
He's wearing the
hat."
same hat.
So
the
they
red
made
one.
a meme of him throwing the hat, and then coming back to him.
4 years later.
Yeah.
Yo, hey,
fucking
why
hilarious.
hasn't somebody made that into an NFT yet?
What?
That's a genius
Oh.
NFT.
Jake Paul
Yeah, they were
Won the
selling
fight?
NFTs in the fight.
won the fight and
Yeah.
then sold an NFT.
This motherfucker was selling NFTs during the.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I'm
What the
making
fuck did
money.
I watch?
you were watching a man.
You were watching
make
an NFT in
money.
making.
You're watching a man make money.
You're watching a waste of $50.
This motherfucker was making a lot of money. He
Yo,
made
you
a
know what he said?
lot of fucking
I heard
money.
there was a rumor. He was like, some guy named Sal Flores bought this fucking video. I'm gonna fucking do nothing.
They kept 100% of your profits.
That's,
Yeah.
that's what Ben Askren was thinking.
Ben Affleck.
You know, maybe the fight wasn't rigged, but I guarantee you, Ben came in there thinking, "I'm just gonna fucking throw this bitch and walk the fuck."
Dude,
out."
the man was in like.
I mean, he literally just got off the couch the
No.
day of the
Oh
fight.
my, yo,
Dude.
he looked like a fucking. What did they say? He looked like a bag of milk.
He looked like,
Melting ice cream.
what the hell does that look like?
You know
It looks
Thor
like Ben
in
Askren.
Endgame? He
Just
looked like
pour a
Thor in
bag of milk.
Endgame.
Oh my god.
Dude, he fucking like Jake Paul was like doing all this kinds of weird yoga and
Oh my
stretches and
God.
bouncing around to stay warm, and Ben was just like
In his
chilling in a
underwear, talking to
chair, just like fucking
By
around on
himself.
his
Dude, he was
phone.
hanging by one foot in the wall. Like, he was hanging upside down. I'm
Yo,
like, what-
Yeah, Jake Paul was
no
doing some
one was on
acrobatics.
Ben
and this dude was
Askren's
having,
team.
dude. This dude was having like spaghetti and meatballs right after, while this dude was interviewing him. He's like, "Oh yeah, really? That's funny."
Got
I'm
like a
like,
waffle.
Yo,
Just
but-
fucking-
But
There's
the-
like stains on his shirt.
But
yeah,
the
he
thing is-
didn't- yo, he had no one in his corner. You could tell that dude was like, he already knew the plan.
He was just happy
like,
to
this
be
is
there.
it. Like,
He didn't give
he
a
already
fuck.
knew the plan. He's like, this is a huge payday. Let me just get my ass whooped. Let me make like all
Yeah,
the
but they-
spectacle.
But they said to him, what was it? 600K or some shit like that.
No,
we read it.
wasn't it 60? Oh,
It was
maybe it
not
was
$60,000.
60,000.
I know. I thought the purse. The
The purse was
right?
like 600K.
Maybe.
No, the purse wasn't it
For
more
him.
for him
he
was
got like
500.
he got a half a mil.
For him was
Oh,
500,
500.
and
Okay.
for him was 650
So,
or some shit like that.
500K is not a lot of money for.
But it's not something to be
fighter like
laughed
that.
at.
No, but in their ring, like in their
Yeah, but he
life,
made 500.
Yeah, but you also gotta,
in
and
a
you
minute.
also gotta think about it. Like this dude's
not, not in 30 seconds because you had to train for it or train for
Train.
it.
yeah, but
Train.
hold on.
Miguel
Train.
just
So much
threw a
ready.
couple punches.
He was ready.
Oh, he trained.
He was so fucking. I mean, honestly,
Listen,
Jake got lucky.
Yeah, but
I think this is a small payday. It's not, but it's just enough money just to say
just a
$500,000 is nothing to
Dude,
like,
he
to
put it
laugh
in
at.
Dodge
It's not-
right after.
He probably did and lost everything.
yo, but he
Or made it if he
he's-
sold it in time.
He's retired.
yeah, he
He
just
just
Yeah.
had hip surgery. Like this fight made no sense for him.
It did not.
It didn't. Well, it did
I
for the money.
For
Yeah,
the money,
yeah,
for the
yeah.
money,
I
it
didn't
did.
expect them to
half
get
a
knocked
mi-
out that quick.
Hey yo, Islam, you told me that you would get
He did.
hit by any, like, give me any amount of money and I'll get my ass whooped. Well,
Yeah.
that's what he said. He said, all
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
I'll
yeah,
get
but
my
I'm a
ass whooped.
nobody.
But
He doesn't give up. You told me he's like the most humblest man. He doesn't care
He
that
does.
he.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know
fine.
he's a
So that's it.
wrestler, but like you still gotta know some like striking when.
No,
in
He
the
you
ring.
don't.
Dude, I'm
Just
telling
in
you, he
case
didn't give a
if
fuck.
he needed something else to go to.
It was
Wrestling
rigged.
never gets
is
there.
what we're saying.
It was rigged.
It was
He- does he
rigged.
know
Wrestling
this-
isn't real.
This has no impact
Wrestling
on his
isn't real.
career,
Wrestling is more real than what the fuck I saw with that fight, bro.
bro. Wrestling is real.
How do you think Chris Benoit?
It's more real than that shit.
His real life game.
That could be a correct statement. Yeah.
No, it was really. It was. You could tell it was. There was a lot of indication that it was rigged. This dude comes out of retirement, looks like a bag of milk. You know what I mean? Has a spaghetti
Melting ice
meatballs
cream
right
cone.
before the fight. You know what I'm saying? Comes out there, gets his ass whooped, collects a check. Like it's.
True.
It was planned.
You think the ref was on it too? The ref was like,
Bro, have you
Oh, that
seen-
ref
No,
looked like he
the
was about
ref-
to die.
Did you see those refs?
No.
They didn't look much in better shape than Ric Flair did. They were like,
Yo, I
fucking,
don't.
they look dead too.
Yo, God bless Ben Askren. God bless him.
Dude, he just
But,
wanted
like-
his money. He got his money.
but-
I'm proud of him. If anything, I think he did better than fucking Jake. He didn't have to do shit.
He was on the floor. He was on the floor. Jake also didn't have to do much.
Listen,
He hit him once.
Nate Robinson lasted
Jake has
longer.
an image he needs to protect. Ben didn't have shit to lose. Ben was like,
True, his
I'm
career was on the
retired.
line.
My career was never really like the best ever. Like
It
I'm not-
was. It was good.
No one.
yeah,
heard
it
of
looked
him.
like he was.
Ben
the-
Askren?
Ben Affleck. No one. I still
Shut
call
up.
him.
Shut
Ben,
up.
Ben
Irving,
Askren
get
is
out.
not like regarded as like one of the best UFC fighters
He's
or
not
best
he's
MMA
not
fighters
one of
by
the
anybody.
Best. He's not one of the best, but he is in the top tier of like golden.
He's an Olympian.
yeah.
Like, he has
Okay,
to
yeah,
say.
he's
But-
an
but you have to
Olympic
realize,
medalist,
okay,
but
You have to
So
realize
was Kurt
something.
Angle.
so is Kurt Angle.
When
He was
you're-
a wrestler.
When you're he can take a fight, right? But
Which
when
is
you,
real.
when you see a punch coming, you can kind of like stiffen up. So
This
everybody
man took that punch.
everybody was comparing it to like when he was on the floor getting hit, right? You can see those punches coming at you.
But he ate
When
those
you're-
punches.
Yes, when you are trying to block a punch, a strike, and you get another one coming at you from the side, and I'm not like a fucking professional at all whatsoever, but when you don't see something coming at you, that shit hurts 10 times more than when you see it coming.
Yep.
I just hope people learn from this. like I
and
did,
not give your money.
and not give your money to
To Triller.
Triller next time.
No.
Or Jake Paul.
We are not going to pay for any more fucking Triller fights. I
No,
definitely am not.
We say that, but we're
unless
good.
Jake is fighting a real boxer.
That's not
Not a retired one, not a fucking UFC fighter, not some fucking basketball like player who's half his size.
or it can't be run by any of these new Triller
It's gonna be though.
gangsta
It's gonna be. It's gonna be.
shooter companies.
And
I'm
they gotta
like, what
get
the
Tony
fuck's-
Hawk this time.
And
All
we're
right,
getting
well,
Tony Hawk.
All right,
this
look,
time.
You know, if
Hawk
Tony
was
Hawk
hosting it,
announces-
I'd be like,
I was ready for Tony Hawk to do a 900 kickflip through the ring
A vert.
in the second
900.
round.
While they
Vert.
were fighting.
900
While they were
vert.
fighting, that would have been lit.
Through a ring of fire.
Through a ring of fire.
It should have just been the X Games.
Yeah, yeah. It was Urban. It was,
It was
this
this close
much
to being the X Games. Dude, they had fireworks inside the stadium.
Yeah.
Like, it was near the roof. where
I was
the
saying a
fireworks
fire hazard.
Oh no, it was
It was a complete fire
whole
hazard.
it was
fucking building
completely dangerous in that atmosphere, bro. We had fire hazards going on.
Some guy put a TikTok and like he was in the crowd and he was like, "Whoa, they have fireworks in here
indoors.
indoors."
That's questionable.
Imagine like walking by and you don't know there's a firework. It just fucking goes up.
It was like the smallest. Like I've never seen. Is it
Yo,
me or was the ring really
that
small?
ring was
It
small.
was
Yeah,
really
but it was
small.
small.
I think they said it was 12 feet.
By
What's
12
regulation?
by
12 by
12?
12. Hey, what's regulation? It's
Yeah,
not
can-
12. I can
yeah,
tell
can
you
you check
that.
regulation?
It's regulation
what's the
boxing.
WWE regulation?
Dude, 12 is like
It's not WWE MMA. Type in. Wait, hold up. No.
MMA is an octagon.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Regulation boxing ring. Yeah.
Boxing ring.
I think it's like 24 or
I'm
some shit like
sorry.
that. Yeah,
16 by
16 by 20. That thing was like 12 by 12.
It was made for people to get
was
fucking
like
punched.
Yeah, it was just. That's what.
That's
it,
Triller size.
It just. It's Triller size.
stadium was
It
that?
felt smaller.
What
It felt-
stadium was that? ATL?
Yeah.
somewhere in
have no
Atlanta,
idea.
but I mean, I don't think they use like a big.
No, yeah,
What-
yeah. I don't think it was, like, a big
Mercedes-Benz
stadium.
stadium?
They didn't use
Mercedes-Benz.
We needed an entire football field
Chris,
side stadium for
in
12
Atlanta.
by
In
12.
Atlanta.
I've already kicked
It's a-
Irvin out.
That's where the Falcons play.
Dude, they
Yeah,
got-
but they're
they got
not
that
putting it in
whole
the
stadium
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
for a
The
12
whole
by
stadium's
12
just
ring.
not a field.
They're
Oh
putting
my
a
God.
12 by
It's
12
a 12 by 12
in a
ring.
football stadium.
Sal's
Dude,
fucking
bro.
bar is like 12 by 12.
No, in his
You do-
logic,
you do
it's gonna be
realize other
Triller,
areas,
Madison
right?
Square Garden. Hold your fucking pants, boys.
They're going to have Kanye there next.
Yeah, they're gonna have Kanye. It's gonna be a Kanye
Kanye
X
versus
Triller
Kanye.
event.
They had the Super Bowl
boxing.
there. They don't need that whole stadium.
Kanye
Other
v.
parts of
Kanye.
the arena
No, that's what
then.
it is.
Kanye
Huh?
VG.
There's other
It's
parts of the
Kanye
arena.
showcasing.
What do you
his-
mean? It's one big fucking thing. They don't have a separate arena
Oh
attached
my
to the
God.
another arena.
No, they don't, Chris.
Fenway
I'm
Park's
sorry.
not attached to Gillette
Okay,
Stadium.
it's just not a football field there forever.
What else is
What
there?
else is in there?
You can fucking do
Sometimes-
whatever in there. You can hold.
No,
concerts.
that's like
Dude, they
TD
could-
Garden. They turn it into a ring.
They could
That's
have
what
like
he's thinking of.
they could
yeah,
have like
yeah, not a fucking field of turf.
No,
It's huge.
They're
Bro,
not putting a stadium inside a
They
stadium.
held it in a high school gymnasium. Do you motherfuckers not?
ATL High School.
It was
looked like it.
Martin
It looked
Luther
like it.
King
Martin Luther
Gymnasium.
Boulevard.
High
It was-
school gymnasium.
It was
bro.
outside of
MLK.
7-Eleven.
is that Revere High?
It was outside of
tiny. It was a
7-Eleven.
12 by 12 foot ring. A 12 by 12 foot ring could fit in here. Now imagine here being inside of
With
Mercedes-Benz Arena.
You're just
football
selling.
stadium.
You're just
You know what, Ben? You're small-minded.
They were practicing
Sorry.
in the background.
you're just selling a fight to be here against these two, bro.
Yeah,
The
we'll
hypothetical
sell
fight.
tickets to the live stream.
Oh, we have
Yeah.
about how much money have we raised?
Just the $200 salary
minus
originally
50.
offered. All right, if you take that away, nothing.
Yo, I
But
want
we
you
haven't
10.
announced it yet. We haven't announced
Not
it yet.
paying for this fight.
What fight?
I'll pay for the next pizza.
Oh, fuck you. That's a lie, too.
Yeah,
You,
there's
you
a
know
lot.
what? No, don't
Straight
say
disrespect.
pizza. Say order.
Yeah, order.
All right.
all right, nice. I'll take that as a yes.
Next order.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna.
Hey, look where it was. Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Fuck you guys.
It
Did it
says
really?
parking lot, retard.
Okay, it's still there. It's still there. It's still there.
Bro,
It's still there. So I'm right. So fuck
you do
you.
realize that's Atlanta,
Fuck you.
Florida, right?
Fuck you.
Atlanta,
That's
Florida.
Atlanta.
No, I'm right. I don't care.
Atlanta, Massachusetts. You're
There's no
fucking
way that was Mercedes-Benz.
Bro, it says
Stadium.
Xfinity
I
Center.
just love the fact that like you went out of your way to look that up, but you would never go out of your way to look anything else up.
Let me prove a point.
Let me prove it. Let me make
The
sure
sun
that
revolves
I'm right.
around the earth.
Dude, that's fakenews.com. We're not using that, dude. We're not. That's the article
Look
you
at
pull
the
up.
first three letters of their fucking URL. FTW.
FT for
Fuck
the
the
win.
world.
For
Fuck
the-
the world.
Oh, I love being right. Oh my god.
Well, that's like 0.00001%
It's
of the
more
time.
than you.
So
So
we'll give you that. We'll give you that.
Fine. I don't understand why would they put it in Mercedes-Benz.
I don't
Mercedes-Benz
understand why
Arena.
I put on your stadium.
I don't.
Yeah, it was.
Our fight will be taking place at Gillette Stadium, home of the New England Patriots.
They're getting the
Bob
vaccines,
Kraft is gonna referee.
Are they gonna know, or are we just gonna?
Bob Kraft is
loser-
gonna be the one giving us the 10K.
Loser gets a massage from Bob Kraft.
Oh shit.
I thought. Oh, never mind.
Loser. I want to lose.
Winner joins him.
Who's giving the massages?
Bob Kraft.
Islam.
Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
I want.
Riley Reed.
Shut up.
Tony Hawk.
The Dixie Twins.
The kids
Honestly,
from Stranger Things.
This is better than what
Bill
the fuck was that trailer.
Cosby.
I'm
Ladies-
surprised-
Limited time.
I'm
This is
surprised
definitely
they
how
were-
that meeting went, though.
They threw a name.
Like, they were like, hey,
Threw names at a dartboard.
let's all just
That's
shout
what
out
it
a
was.
name all at the
Blindfolded.
same time. And then they all just started shouting
No,
names, and they were
they-
like, all right, who can we
They
realistically
were in a
get?
big ass boardroom, and they were like, "All right, who can we get?"
They were
One
Mercedes-Benz
person-
Stadium.
One person started talking, and then they all started going around the table. And by the end, they were like, "This is good. This is great stuff."
Perfect.
No,
Like,
wait.
great.
It's perfect.
It's
Who's
just
the-
a 12 by 12 ring. We could put
Who's
it
the Me
anywhere.
Too
Let's save
chick?
some money.
Who's the Me Too chick? The famous girl? The famous like actress?
Trisha Paytas.
Fuck her too. No, Alyssa Milano and Harvey Weinstein. Let's just have them both in there.
Is Harvey in jail?
Huh?
Yeah.
Harvey's in jail.
Yeah, we're gonna take him out, bro. He's gonna be on release.
Paris Hilton.
I'm surprised Paris wasn't there. If this was like 04, she would have been
I
there.
mean, she might have
Yeah,
been in
she
the
would've
crowd.
been there, yeah.
04. Do you know how long ago 04
we
was?
could still remember 04.
I
That's
can't remember
15 years
yesterday.
ago, 16. That's a while ago.
17.
Sorry, dude. I don't know how to do math.
Wow.
Quick maths.
Yo, we're old as fuck.
Now entered in the ring, Ozzy Osbourne.
Did you just look up a name? He Googled irrelevant people.
No, but I wouldn't. You know what?
From 04.
Yo, to be
I
on
ain't Google
Chris's
shit.
side, I would expect Ozzy Osbourne and Sharon Osbourne to show the
Ozzy. If
fuck up.
Ozzy was there, that would have been lit.
I mean, he would have
Why?
been.
How?
Why?
He's just funny.
Why?
He's
What,
funny
he
as
would
hell.
have. He would have
next-
ate a bat.
Kiss.
He's funny as hell.
He would have ate a bat.
Charlie Sheen versus a tiger.
Charlie Sheen should have been there.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen should have been there. Anyway,
He should.
just add more. I feel like the amount of celebrities.
The cast from High School Musical.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vanessa Hudgens. Like,
Troy.
Troy.
Yo, shout out to. Remember when he sang that song for like a whole
Brotherhood.
year?
Which one?
Gotta get you in the game.
Oh my
Gotta
God.
get you.
Sal
in the
remembers
game.
that shit.
that shit was fucking annoying. Shout out, dude. It's popping, man.
Sal definitely remembers that. So I was like, yeah.
Yo, shout out.
No, I wasn't like, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
I wasn't like, yeah.
You were your like,
Troy and was Vanessa. And Sal was like, why can't I be Vanessa? I want to get my head in the game.
I was like,
Oh, yeah, Wildcat.
Woo! Sal was like, you're so wild, Wildcat. I didn't get to try out.
I've never seen this movie, man.
You've never
you
seen
did.
High
Yeah,
School
you
Musical.
did. You know why? Because rehearsed every line.
Every line from it, dude. He's saying you every song.
You might not have seen the original, but you've seen the cover.
You did.
I've seen the cover. I've never seen the movie.
I was like, let me rehearse on you so I can be perfect for.
Yeah, this is all filmed. That's fucked up.
Yo. Wait, I'm confused.
No, don't worry about it, bro. Keep talking shit.
Anyway.
I'm not
going.
talking shit.
Keep going.
I fucking-
Anyway.
Yo, first of all-
Shit.
Oh, I fucking love
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
We're getting off track. They put-
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
that was a
man.
giant waste of money. This whole thing was a giant waste of money. They overspent money on a bunch of artists they didn't need. They took a 12-foot by 12-foot ring and put it in a football fucking stadium. They got a bunch of nobodies to hand out a bunch of shit. They got Ric Flair,
It's
a
amazing.
wrestler.
Amazing.
They got Mario Lopez commentating.
Again, bro, it's as much shit as you could throw together just to make it happen.
How much
It
do you think
was-
that fight would have cost if they didn't have any of that shit?
How much
50
did it
bucks.
Take away the concerts. Take away the fucking concerts and remove it from the
Yeah, but
overkill stadium that it was in.
yeah, but the concerts weren't promoted, were they?
I mean, they got paid.
Yeah, but they weren't promoted. Like we didn't.
Doesn't matter.
Hear
Like,
people.
that's our fucking money went to
No.
paying them. I'm saying
Yeah.
if we took them out, how much could the fight have cost?
I know, but think
like
about it.
$5?
No.
I would have paid for that.
No, but think about it. When you're paying for this $50, you don't know that there's going to be a concert.
You don't know Justin
Oh,
Bieber's gonna
yeah.
have.
Well, I know that shit's gonna be there next time for sure, and I ain't fucking paying them.
It was-
It was like a multimedia.
the one before that. They had
experience
Snoop
was
Dogg
no
one
perform
asked
too.
Yeah, but it wasn't that big of a concert. They made
Neither-
this. They made
neither
the
were any of
concert
these.
scene a lot bigger this time, right?
No, because
No, they did like
'cause
2 or 3
forced
songs.
They forced Snoop Dogg to do the whole thing last time because who didn't show up?
Lil Wayne
Lil Wayne.
fucking canceled.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Snoop Dogg had to
Bro,
do
it was concert,
Forgot about that.
slap fight,
Concert.
2 hours of concert.
No, the first
Round
time.
Fight.
Yeah, round.
A
yeah.
quick concert.
Quick
no
Justin
one heard
concert.
the national anthem
Yeah,
little
and
thing.
then
Bunch
And
of
then
TikTok
Jake Paul.
kids, belts.
Okay, but
over.
Nate Robinson.
Tony
was there a
Hawk.
musical concert with Nate Robinson?
Snoop Dogg.
No,
That was when
Dogg.
Snoop Dogg.
That's
No,
it.
there was. I think there was more.
Wait, wasn't
I think
wasn't
there might have
Dazn
been.
But it
or
wasn't that
Dazn or
long.
whatever running it?
Can you
though?
look it up? I don't think there was like shit ton of people.
No, there
not as
wasn't.
much as this time.
Yes, I think they differed, and I think next time there won't be that many
There's
music
gonna
because
be
I think a lot of people complain.
It's just at one point it seemed it feels like it was all sarcastic.
I thought it was over at some point. I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
oh,
really.
The fight's
I-
not happening.
No,
They're just
for real.
performing.
Like it
They
felt
just keep fucking more
sarcastic.
and more songs.
It felt sarcastic to keep on going. Like the mood felt like, are you serious?
How
Is it still going on?
How fucking
Oh, when
ridiculous.
Justin like
When Justin Bieber came out and like
And
because
he
Doja
left.
finished and we were like, all right, dude, prime time. Like here's the fight, ladies and gentlemen, Justin Bieber. Yeah, you fucking.
and then Justin did an encore by himself.
No, but he was. I don't think it was an encore. He was literally walking off stage, and the music started playing again. He was like, "Oh yeah, hold on."
No,
I
he got
gotta
paid
play."
to do all that. I'm saying they should have taken all that fucking money out of that. I would have paid $5 just to see that one fight. The other 45, totally like blew.
Why? Why
Would
would
you
you
be
pay?
less-
Why
wait.
would you pay $5 when you could watch it the next day for free?
Because I
Listen,
want to watch it. Why did we fucking pay the first time
unless
or the last time?
unless like the next fight by Jake Paul or the other Paul
not gonna
is
be, though.
run by a legitimate organization.
Oh, they are legitimate.
That's not
A good one.
You know,
Dude, it's
Billy,
not
Billy
Golden Boy.
McFarlane said the
not
same
Golden
thing in
Boy,
Fire
bro.
Festival.
Fuck
Oh,
Trilla,
God.
man.
We should have
Fuck
Ja
Trilla.
Rule in the next trilogy.
Yeah, what exactly?
Might as well, right?
Might as well. If I saw Ja Rule there,
More legitimate.
I would have been like, we're not buying this fight because I know what the fuck is gonna happen at the end of this. It's gonna be
You're
shit.
just gonna mail us some ketchup
Up
packets
next,
and salad.
DMX.
I
That's
think.
fucked up,
That's
man.
fucked up,
Come
dude.
on,
He
dude.
just- Riley Reed.
All right, boys.
Thank God.
That's gonna be it for today. We're
Damn, that was fast.
unfortunately out of time, everybody. But it's been fun complaining about how
Damn,
fucking
complaining.
terrible this fight was.
Horrible.
Please write down in the comment what your favorite part of the fight was.
The first
More
round or
interesting.
the
Tell us
first
what you
round?
hated about the whole experience.
The first 15 or
Don't
the
listen
last
to him.
15?
It was great. Tell us what you loved. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for
That
another
was a good one,
episode
Chris. That was a
of
good
the
one.
Atwood Bar Podcast. We will see you next week. Take
See ya.
care.
Goodbye.
Peace.